Feeling really good right now. Some days are great, some days are terrible. A lot of days are terrible, but the last few days I felt really good. So you take those. You know, it feels great to contribute towards hopefully a positive impact on society and human health as you think about hydration and how fundamentally important that is for most people. So after a pretty awesome reaction to my last YouTube, decided to continue with the handheld. You know, spent the last 28 episodes filming with Alex some really cool content, some high quality video content, and my last video, which was filmed mostly with my handheld, winging it, was one of my best videos, most well received. So here we are, gonna do another video, and gonna continue to use the handheld despite Alex being in LA. So here we are, we're at night. What time is it? It's 9:11 p.m. On Wednesday, and I'm going to do a little video about everything I eat and train in a day as a CEO while building Cadence. So the videos would normally start in the morning, of course, when the day starts, but my day starts the night before, where I get everything ready for my first session in the morning, because it normally starts about 5 a.m. So I'm going to take you through what I do the night before my sessions. Obviously it varies depending on what I have in the morning, but for context of this video, tomorrow morning I have about a 3,000 yard swim at 5:30. So getting everything ready the night before so that I can wake up, head out the door, don't have to faff about getting things ready, getting things organized. So yeah, here we are. So first things first, when I wake up, obviously got the Saratoga, got the face in that, of course, just joking. Creatine, HMB from Transparent Labs. I don't really care where my creatine comes from, but I've been taking about 10 to 15 grams of that in the morning, and obviously mixing that with a Cadence sachet. Then I'm making my race bottle. So session for tomorrow is going to be fairly low intensity, so I've just got a bottle ready with some carb tub. This is a sample we've got. It's a mojito flavor. 1 scoop is 25 grams of carbs. So yeah, we've been testing this for a while now. Some of the athletes have been using it. I'm going to take 1 scoop of that just to get me through the session, as well as 1 quart sachet as well. And then I'll take this just before the session starts. Ketone IQ, peach flavor. And then before bed, I've been taking, of course, my Cadence sachet, like I said last time, back on the BPC, and I take this myo-inositol powder, which is kind of general health hormone. So yeah, that's kind of it. Get that all ready the night before. I like to wake up around 4:45, around 5, and get things organized for the day ahead of busy work. But like I said, that's kind of it. That's everything that's ready for the next day. Took my sleep sachet, bottles are prepped, early session. We'll see you tomorrow. So it is 5 a.m. Well, 5:01 actually, and I am on the way to the pool. Like I said, this video is going to focus on everything I eat and train, everything I do to train in a day while running the business. So a lot of you have been asking, like, how do you fit in your training? How do you eat? And here's a perfect example. So it's 5 a.m. and I'm off to swim. So I'm getting that session in before kind of my day starts. You know, it's going to be a 40-minute session. Doesn't need to be a 2-hour session. 40 minutes in the pool. I'll be done at 6:15. I'll be home at 6:30, when the rest of my family are getting up. So my daughter gets up about 7, my wife gets up about 6, and I'll spend that 30 minutes or so just getting on the laptop before the rest of the family get up, sipping on hopefully a coffee after a great session. And again, it's only going to be 6 to 6:30. So yeah, just prioritizing getting up early. Like I said, I went to bed last night about 9:30, so I still got 7-ish hours of sleep. I'm a little bit tired this morning, but I think that's just a reflection of the amount of work and training I'm doing right now. We probably only really have the ability to take on so much stress throughout the day, and with work and Cadence growing so quickly, and with the family and with training ramping up, being 5-ish weeks away from Chicago right now. It was definitely a harder session on Tuesday that we didn't cover, but it was 20 by 400. So body's looking pretty tired, but we're here getting it done 5 in the morning, and fasted right now, but ate a really solid meal last night, prioritizing carbs for today's session, but not having anything in the morning other than electrolytes and creatine. So let's get after it in the pool. So I just looked at my session. Today's training in the pool, 3,000 yards, 1 hour work, should be less. It is a warm-up, 500 meter swim, 8 by 50, with 25 yards of that being drills, and then 25 being a smooth swim. So 8 times 50 yards. I'll rest for 20 seconds after each 50. And then it's 8 by 100, done with a buoy between my legs, focusing on the perfect catch for the first 50, and then speed for the second 50. So 8 by 100. So 8 by 50 drills, 8 by 100, again, drills with speed. And then it is 4 by 200, 2 without and 2 with a buoy, focusing on pace again, and then a warm down. So yeah, I got a swim coach and a bike coach who's programming that, and then obviously have my running as well. So the focus is Chicago, but getting that swimming in has been super helpful for the last couple of weeks, so I'm going to keep that up. So we just finished the swim. It is 6:26, so we got in the pool at 5:30. 6:26, finished the session, 3,000 yards. Honestly, I swam when I was younger and never enjoyed it. Being back in the pool now, I'm enjoying it for sure. It's definitely a hard workout. I think a lot of people underestimate how hard and how taxing swimming is on the body. But to be honest with you, just being able to train and do that cardio workout without putting the pressure on the legs is super, super beneficial. So that's me. Like I said, still fasted. It wasn't a super, super intense session, but definitely enjoyable, and head home now for a nice coffee. Alright, just got back from the swim, so gonna grab a coffee. Just trying to think, we were doing this in New York a lot, so this is not a recipe video, but this is pretty much how I start every day. Cup full of ice, a bit of cold brew, and trusted my favorite raw. I'm doing the chocolate one now. So I put about half a cup of cold brew in there, about half a cup or half a bottle of raw chocolate or vanilla. I only have the chocolate left, but honestly it tastes like what I imagine a mocha tastes like. I've never had one, but it's insane. This is the best one. So this is pretty much how I'll start every day. I don't really eat till after my first session, so grab this, hit my call, and then this will get me through the first couple hours of the day. A lot of people love a big breakfast. I'm not a huge breakfast guy, but still getting the protein in, getting the caffeine in. Yeah, that's kind of it. Oh, it's so good.
Give us a little rundown.
All right, so first call of the day. It's 9 o'clock. Did a little bit of work before, but I have a call with potentially I would say one of the biggest customers that we're hopeful to get Cadence into. So one of the largest coffee chains in the world. I've worked with them in the past before, and they've explored, I think, protein recently, and hydration seems to be an option that they're really interested in exploring. So this is our first call with them. Speaking to the beverage team. It's probably a bit more of an introduction, tell us about yourself, a bit more about the product. They have tried the product, so don't really know what to expect, but I'm going to jump on the call now, and hopefully we can think about an opportunity to work together. Chicken, here we are doing hydration in a can, but definitely a fast growing category again, and it feels great to contribute towards hopefully a positive impact on society and human health as you think about hydration and how fundamentally important that is for most people. We're an early brand, but we're still doing several million cans a month.
Yes, gotcha. Awesome.
Great.
Well, thank you so much. This was a great conversation. It was good for us to learn more about Cadence, and we certainly look forward to trying the product.
Awesome.
Absolutely. It's nice to meet you both.
Okay.
Thanks, team. Bye-bye.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you.
All right. That was a long call. It's good. So got off the call with speak that out. And I think they're early in the decision process right now. Generally speaking, you have a call with a customer, 4th of September, send them samples, you wait a couple of weeks for feedback. It's a long lead time. I think one of the things that you can never underestimate is just how long it takes a sales cycle to be in F&B. I mean, it can take honestly up to 12 plus months to have that initial call, hear a yes, and still launch in sometimes 12 months later. So there's very little expectation there. Obviously, it was a positive call. We talked about the brand, we talked about the product, how we differentiate. You're trying to sell the brand without being too salesy. Trying to talk about the product formulations, but you've also got to understand what they're looking for. How can I, add value to what you're looking for? They've come to this call with an idea of what they think success looks like, and it's my job to therefore position the brand to make sure we fit into there. There's no point in selling them something they don't want. So they're probably thinking through, how do I win over this type of customer? And I'm therefore positioning the brand to say that we're talking to this customer. If we talk to this customer and we stock with you, therefore you'll talk to that customer. So it's a positive call, and on to the next one. What I'll do for the rest of the day is I'll probably take calls primarily till about 2-3 o'clock. So anywhere between internal calls, external calls, deep work that I do myself. For example, Monday to Thursday are dedicated towards the team and internal calls, and then Friday I do a lot of my external calls, but I really don't take too many internal team meetings. So Monday to Thursday, a lot of team meetings, a lot of strategy, a lot of sales, spending time with operations, understanding what's happening across the UK business and the US business. And that will span from a first call around 8:30 a.m. to about 3 or 4 o'clock. So pretty much back to back, and I'll obviously have some meals in between that. And then from 3:30 to 4, as the UK is obviously offline and the US, New York, is probably offline as well, I'll use that time to hit my second session. So first thing in the morning, super early, 5:30. Later in the afternoon, second session for most of the day. And then those hours in between just really dedicated towards the team and meetings, just like that. I think on a Friday, one of the non-negotiables I have is spending that morning with my daughter and my wife at the farmer's market, having a coffee, and just prioritizing that time. And then from about 9:30 to about 2-3, a bit of a shorter day, I'm doing a lot of deep work. So I'm spending time thinking through the week, thinking about the next week, writing down, things that I'm focused on. But right now, with such an aggressive launch schedule, I'm spending a lot of time with sales and a lot of time with R&D. We're also hiring a lot of people right now, so marketing job, QA, quality control, and obviously trying to do this as well, trying to film, trying to keep people informed about the building of the brand. But like I said, kind of from 8:30ish to about 3:30 is spent in deep work in this room. And once I've wrapped up for the day, I hit my second session. So gonna grab a bit of breakfast now, and get back into work. And then later on, we'll have a bit of a pre-workout meal and get into the second session. These freezers are super annoying. So I would say that over the last 10 years, my relationship with foods has been really interesting. Never talked about this publicly, but growing up, I played a lot of sport. Then when I went to college and university, I gained a lot of weight. I was probably like 235, had a 42-inch waist. I was a big guy. You know, I drank a lot of alcohol, just because that's kind of what you do. And then I think I woke up one day and I saw Greg Plitt, this guy who, rest in peace, Greg Plitt, but he was like my inspiration. He was doing these crazy 4-hour HIIT workouts. And yeah, I was like, enough's enough, I'm gonna lose weight. So I did it in an extremely unhealthy way. I lost about 65 pounds in about 60 days. I pretty much didn't eat. I had a protein bar a day, lost a ton of weight, didn't really learn about food so much. But off the back of that, being in such a deficit, I had to get out of that hole. So I started to learn more, started to read more, started to understand the importance of macros, reverse dieting, you know, the concept of if it fits in your macros. I was weighing every pound of protein, carbs, fat. And over the last, I would say 7 to 8 years, I've been able to build a healthier relationship with food to the point where now I don't have to weigh everything. I don't have to scale every green bean that I have, but I have a good understanding of what I'm putting in my body. Right now I'm not sponsored or affiliated at all, but I'm using MegaFit meals primarily because what I just talked about, I'm on calls from 8:30 to 4, and these are super easy just to like throw in the microwave or put in a pan. But they're all kind of, this is spicy bison and rice, 460 calories. I know generally if I'm having probably 2 or 3 of these a day, I'm getting in 1,500-ish calories, and I'm supplementing that with the protein shake or with a yogurt. So my days are looking pretty much consistent every single day of the week, other than Friday, Saturday, Sunday, where I'll eat some meals out with my wife and my daughter, and I'm not really caring too much. I think there's a saying that if the furnace is burning, you're kind of burning everything, and I'm now burning 2,000 to 2,500 calories a day from training, so I get away with eating a little bit more. My weight has gone from about 178 pounds 6 months ago, and I'm now up to about 188, and I'm feeling better than ever. I'm performing better than ever. I'm fueling better than ever, and I'm seeing that on the time. So training for Chicago right now, I can't drop my calories. I can't be in a deficit because I got to stay injury free. Performance is the goal. Someone said to me on Twitter the other day, 2 things can go down. One thing can go down, your marathon time or your weight. And right now I'm more focused on my marathon time going down than my weight. And when I come off training, you know, don't get me wrong, I can lose a bit of weight. I don't have to, you know, eat as much. But in the days like today where I swam for an hour in the morning, I'm going to run for an hour and a half, I might even lift, I'm getting in around 3,000 calories. And like I said, I don't weigh my food, but I just generally understand what I'm putting in my body. So for anyone that is looking to go on their health journey, I do think weighing is important. I do think there's a period of time where you need to understand and be accountable for what you're putting in your body. It's unbelievable how many times you think you're eating 500 calories and you're probably eating 800 calories. That extra sauce, the extra avocado, just 260 calories. But for me right now, it's just not sustainable. I also just don't care enough. I'm in a good position. I've been doing this long enough to feel happy with, you know, one day I might be over, the next day I might be under, but generally speaking, over those 7+ days, I have a good accountability to what I'm putting in my body. So it is 10:15. I've trained, I've had a coffee, a little bit of protein, I had my first call, and this is where I have my first meal of the day, which is going to be a bit of bison and rice. I'm not a huge fan of, you know, traditional breakfast. I like to eat meat and rice, but yeah, thanks to MegaFit meals. It's calorie counted for me, and I don't really love meal prep, you know, by any means, but these meals are honestly great. Like, quality's good. Shout out to
pretty much what I make.
Let's shout out C-Bum. This is the Bumbo. Chris, well done. Don't know how much input you had into this bowl, but 6 times classic physique Mr. Olympia. Do you think if I eat this, I'd be like Chris? Hopefully. My wife is a organized individual. I can take no credit for this. Pretty loyal to brands. Got the fridge cigarettes at the bottom. Obviously my Saratoga for my face, ice baths. Got the bums, because still probably one of the best caffeinated drinks in the world, and then obviously got some lollipops for the individuals that don't drink Cadence. I don't know who those are, but you know, gotta accommodate everyone. What's going on is that this is how much Cadence I drink a week. No, I don't know. I think, wow, we ship this to me every month, just because I'm giving out a lot of cans to people I meet. I also drink a lot between me and my wife. People who come through the house, we drink a lot. So we send this from the warehouse. I think it's a combination of cans and sachets and bars and stuff. So always good to replenish the fridge. I haven't done a tour yet, but let me take you around what is a bit of an update on the gym as well. So I think since my last vlog, I didn't have a floor. So we put down a floor. We'll start here. This was #gifted. Stepper, the team hooked it up. So like I said, this is kind of like a secret weapon. You don't get a lot of elevation when you're just running around here. So being able to use this to really spend time on like medium to high intensity, running like 2,000-3,000 feet on this, it will crush you. I have the treadmill that I have from Nordic Track. This is good because it has a bit of give. It's probably, like, I think it has like a 2 to 3 inch give, so when you're running on it, it will compress a little bit because it has springs. It still needs to be, still need to cable it, but I enjoy this treadmill. The bike, this bike will change hopefully any minute. I have my Canyon TT arriving. I've never ridden a TT, but I got fitted last week, and that arrives. And then I have Kicker Trainer that I'm going to switch out. So this arrived last night. And then what I've been using to run a lot right now is my Kicker Run. So a bit sweaty from yesterday's session, but honestly one of the most incredible treadmills. And again, I'm not paid to say that, but it has this free run setting where basically you have to power it yourself. And I know there's like these curved treadmills where you have to like generate power, but I don't find them really great for running long distances. It's more of like a sprinting treadmill. This feels and acts like a road. So it has a setting where it can gradient right, it can gradient left, it has a decline, it has an incline, and I can put on my Zwift and run a marathon. I can run on the road, I can run Boston, I can run Chicago, I can simulate running a major, and the feel is very road-like. So I love this treadmill. Spending a lot of time on that. I do a lot of my training indoors. Honestly, just stop-start, running on the road, stopping at traffic lights. I don't need to leave my house. I can bang out an hour session, be back on my desk, or be with my family very quickly. So it's a bit of a testing lab. And then this is something you guys have seen me use a lot right now. It's my PFP device. So this is insane, especially the amount I travel. It's all-in-one. So it has my bands, has the ball for smashing, has some glute bands in here, has the trigger point, and of course it has this foam roller that can hold, you know, I think 200 and something pounds. So it's an amazing device. And then we got the fridge. It's normally tighter than this, so I apologize, but cold can after hard session. And then of course gels, bottles. These have been going down a treat. I teased these last week, and these will drop. If this video drops on Sunday, today, now when you're watching it, these will drop in a matter of 10 to 12 days. So then we got these fuel bags. So I want everyone to let me know if you want these. These are kind of perfect for traveling, you know, going to Chicago. Fits a race bottle. So you're gonna put the race bottle in, couple of gels, a bar, I'm good to go. So waterproof, fuel bag. We won't sell these, but we will probably give them away if you're a community member, if you're a subscriber, or just fuck with you, to be honest. So yeah, that's it, that's the gym. Oh, and the pull-up bar. Pull-up bar went in, haven't used it yet. I have to see if it can hold my weight. Oh, and we got this barrel fridge. It's down in the map store last week, and honestly love this. Looks great, looks like a can. So not a lot of weights. I'm gonna order some kettlebells, rack them up, but pretty happy with this. You guys have seen my LA gym at my old house. It got a lot of love, but this one is a bit more of a cardio dungeon. Split between the bike, come off the bike into the treadmill, and I had posted last week I'm doing my first 70.3 in December. People ask me, you know, like what's my goal, and honestly it's just to enjoy it. I don't have like specific goals within training. I train because I love it. I've always trained. I'm a father first, I'm a CEO second, and I like to train third, and that is well below any of my priorities for work and family. So yeah, that's it. Chicago, New York, and then my first 70.3. So spending more time in the pool, spending more time on the bike, but the focus remains on giving my best effort in Chicago, which is what we've been doing for the last 16 weeks of running. So yeah, pretty happy with this gym. Oh, 8 to 10 easy with 6x20 second hill strides to get ready for tomorrow, because tomorrow we have my longest run in a while. It's 22 miles. He said easy. I don't think there's, those two words don't go together. 22 miles easy. 18 miles at 7, and then 2 miles pick up hard, and then 2 miles easy back to 7:20. So today's easy, 8 miles, and I'll maybe lift tonight. But yeah, gonna do it in the treadmill. Like I said, I do a majority of my training during the week in here, just because it's so easy. I literally can shower, change, and ice in a matter of an hour, and you know, I enjoy it. I stare at myself in the mirror and tell myself some David Goggins shit, you know? So one of the things I've started to do since I became an old man is try and warm up, or activate, as they say, before my runs. Definitely suffering from a little bit of like hip pain because I have such poor white man glutes, and they don't really fire that much. So just using the band to really warm up the glutes, have them firing and popping a little bit, has been beneficial to just be able to keep the mileage super high, and well, super high for me at like 70-80 miles a week, while keeping these knees and legs healthy. So yeah, doing some of these, what they call fire hydrants, I think, and then banded walks, touching my toes, and then getting on the treadmill. All right, boys. Picked up some Cadence towels. Pretty sick. Try and avoid this the best I can when I'm training, but watch a bit of YouTube when I'm running easy. Obviously got the bottle, got the fuel, so
I basically, when training, I'm a little bit more cautious.
So yeah, I think just using this time now while I'm warming up to talk a little bit about, you know, my training, how I'm managing, obviously running Cadence and still maintaining, you know, the level of dedication to the sport of endurance running. And now the goal post Chicago will be to venture into the world of Ironman and triathlon. Swam a lot and cycled a lot in a previous life, so I'm excited to just find a new kind of calling
see if I can perform well there. But I think, you know, the one thing we were talking about earlier is just how my priorities, albeit training is such a big part of my life, it is definitely not my focus. I am not an athlete. I'm not a hybrid athlete. I'm just a guy who really enjoys training and pushing his body to, you know, extremes. So whether that's a marathon, whether that's 70.3, you know, all of that is because I enjoy it. I don't really have specific goals in the sport. It's not how I make my money, but it is good for the brand, and it is cool to be able to train with my mates. So I think in terms of my week right now, I'm running just about every day, sometimes twice a day. Again, I am prepping for Chicago. The goal is to perform better than London, which was a 3:10 with, you know, pretty poor circumstances. I'm weight training 3 times a week, specifically mostly lower body and 1 upper body day, where it's a lot of single leg stuff. It's a lot of single leg deadlifts, a lot of single leg lunges. I can definitely go through one of those sessions eventually. And then now, like this morning, I'm swimming 2 to 3 times a week in the morning with a couple of bike rides as well. Primary focus is just active recovery. You know, instead of hitting these 8 to 10 mile runs and still taxing the legs, even though it's 129 heart rate, 739 mile, which is pretty good. It's still taxing on the joints, still taxing on the muscles. And I am, like, you know, I'm a 188 pound guy, so still putting a lot of pressure through the joints. So I'm jumping on the bike, jumping in the pool to maintain that level of fitness without taxing the body so much. So 6 to 7 runs a week, 2 speed days, Tuesday and Friday, where I'm going far higher threshold fartleks or longer tempo speed work. And then pretty much every other day is 60 to 120 minutes of zone 1, zone 2 cardio, whether it be run, swim, bike, etc. So yeah, there's a lot of focus on running right now, and I'll shift that kind of post Chicago to multi-sport, which again I'm excited for.
Why do you run with power? Do you use it similar to you use it on the bike?
5-ish, 4-ish actually. I wouldn't normally take a gel with 8 miles, but just haven't fueled that much today, and running a little bit faster than I expected, so just goes down so easy. A lot of you have been asking, what does it taste like and what's the consistency? This one came out of the fridge because I like that cold. Obviously on race day you're not going to have a fridge, so I'm going to take it a bit warmer. It's quite an interesting taste. It's original flavor, so technically it's not flavored, but because of the sugar, it has a sweet taste. So the glucose and the fructose, it goes down so easily, but it has a little bit of like an agave light sugar taste. Consistency wise, not as thick as the most popular gel, which a lot of guys are taking right now. Much thinner, but it doesn't like just splurge out when you take it. So really happy with this. Really happy. Gonna be dropping this in about 2 weeks. Early access, probably go live any day. And I hope you enjoy it, because a lot of effort, time and money has gone into creating this original non-caffeinated, and we'll do caffeinated next year. Excellent product, the way it sits in the stomach. Notice I don't need water, and I personally will refund you if you buy these, it upsets your stomach, or you don't feel that it's a product you can't take without slurping down water. 200 milligrams of sodium in this gel. So one of the only brands to not only replenish your glycogen, but also give you sodium and hydrate you. So you heard it here. Reach out to me if you end up buying these and they don't sit well with you, because I think they will.
Come on, tell us what you really think. It's hard to do.
So we cut that a little bit short. 6 miles, 7:30 pace. Average pace 7:30. Max heart rate 155, average heart rate 143. So we're staying pretty much in zone 2. I mean, we didn't even touch zone 3 for more than 36 seconds, probably on the hills. But it's probably what you want to see the day before a big run. Nice. Second most important thing after cleaning your treadmill is what flavor of Cadence do we want? It's hard to be a melonberry when the sun is out. It is hard. Oh, dude, there's no one who cracks like us. Wow. Feeling really good right now. Some days are great, some days are terrible. A lot of days are terrible. But the last few days it felt really good. So you take those. Think about a year ago, to run a 7:30 pace, which is by no means slow or fast. I mean, it's all relative, right? You know, I was just chatting to Alex there and like, I used to run my 800s at 7:30, you know, 174, 175 heart rate. And it's so interesting because you can only really compare with, you know, yesterday's session or, you know, your last race. But I think there's so many good runners now. There's so many people who are spending so much time training and making careers out of it, whether it's more socially or professionally now, because there's sports like High Rocks or Ultra that have, you know, attracted so much money where people spend so much time there, for people attract to doing more of it. But it's become normalized to run a marathon and then also perform at like 3 hours and 3:30s and 2:45s. I mean, it's crazy how many people I know right now that have run sub 3 hour marathons. 2 years ago, I didn't know anyone. Like it was like an insane thing, and you'd like whisper, "Oh, that guy's run a marathon." It's crazy. And now there's just this maximalism approach to sport. But without rambling too much more, I am proud of how far I've come on at running, because you have to be. 6 miles at 7:30, talking, on the phone, working, like relatively easy. 20 by 400s yesterday at like 6 minute mile pace, and enjoying it more than ever. So like I said, not every day is good, but today was a good day. Recently told me I was an ignorant palate. What did they say?
No.
Expand your palate. I need to expand my palate. So I'm going to expand my palate with a protein shake.
But I do think, I know you would love for me to make a smoothie, but to be fair, you are the smoothie king.
Oh, should I make it?
You should just make the smoothie. You make
Oh,
really.
be my sous chef.
I'll help, but also, let's not pretend that
I
he's a
fillet
really
protein.
good smoothie maker.
Favorite flavor in the world, vanilla oatmeal protein.
Can you make my effing genius smoothie?
Okay, I'll take a Haley Bieber.
No, he makes, so Juice Press, my favorite smoothie in the world is from Juice Press. The effing genius.
You know,
it's
let's
not
just
called.
say I fillet protein, because CBUM has a lift. I fillet. You don't get it? And it's actually what it's called. It's meant to be isolate, but I fillet.
They're finding with a red
That's fun.
for your training block. What's your stack look like?
Chips. Can we call it Good Chris? Can we get a sponsorship deal? Because
Can
it's
you
all she
come?
eats.
Come to me. My training stack is literally stacked here. The red ones are balloons. But this is how I train. I stack up chips. I'm a big chip fan. This, can you guys please sponsor me, Good Chris? Love. I go, these are
Don't
for,
make anyone famous.
what?
Don't make anyone famous.
Make sure you're getting that money before you start endorsing brands.
These are delicious. So this is how I train. I just train in the pantry. I was injured for a very long time, so I haven't been training. But my comeback is this weekend. Are you around?
I have one thing to say.
Yeah?
Most important thing about this video is that my wife launched her brand in Amsterdam today.
Oh yeah.
So if you're in Holland and you follow me, I'll give you a free hat if you buy lowbie.com.
A hat? No.
Yeah, because there's no hats and people go crazy for the hats. I'll send you, Mr. Amsterdam runner.
Mr. Amsterdam.
I'll send you a hat and a
By
free.
the way, it's in Netherlands, not just in
Netherlands.
Amsterdam.
But when we went to Amsterdam, there was a lot of Cadence fans. So if you're in Holland right now and you buy Lowbie, screenshot me and I will personally send you a case and a hat, which no one
I was
has.
about to say a case.
Well, maybe not a case, it's heavy as shit. But definitely a hat, which no one has.
And a case. I got you. That's sweet, thank you.
I'm gonna get some guys ordering fucking Lowbies right now. I'm telling you. So, I have no recipe, but we have 3 people wanting protein, so I am assuming like
You
3.
make really good smoothies. You should make my effing junior. I was talking about my effing junior smoothie.
Okay. This is gonna be a long intersection, but I'll chop it out.
Chop off.
Collagen, you can see I measure things really well. And I don't have yogurt. What's that? Can I have it? Some people have real recipes. I wing this shit. My wife's sat down. Look at this. There's glass things. All right, welcome to the Hailey Bieber. Babe. Here. Cheers. So post-workout shake. Scoop of protein. Wow, super nice. Scoop of protein, some collagen, some water, banana berries. Pretty good. Shout out to the better team. Came from Paris. No, Barcelona. They came from Barcelona last week. Dropped me off some of the best granola. And what I do is, it's pretty cheeky. Put about half a cup of granola in the shake. So good, you want some? No. Wow. It's like an acai bowl. At the end of the day, I like to jump in the ice bath. Massive shout out to Cold Tub. They custom branded with Cadence logo and our tagline, this cold tub. So I like to jump in the ice bath. Pretty cold. I think it runs about 42 degrees. Oh wow. So getting here. It's cold. 3-4 minutes. Recover after a hard day, hard week of training. Oh, nothing beats it. I got my dog here. And yeah, just hope you enjoyed the YouTube. A bit more about how I balance life, family, training and work. And and as always, I can hardly speak. I appreciate the support. Thanks, guys.